What's up, Dragon Brood? Today there's a lot going on because there was a Magic update. Normally we get these kind of at the end of the season or just randomly in other spots, but today the announcement came out about 2 days ago. They were going to give us an update, and they did. I'm not sure what all they changed because I didn't look into the details. Guilty. But there was some cool stuff I wanted to show in addition to the deck we're going to go over today, which is going to be Orzhov Humans. This is something I've kind of wanted to mess around with. It looks kind of neat. It's been kind of interesting, and some people have been doing okay with it on the ladder, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and see what it looks like. But before we do that, y'all know what I gotta ask. Please remember to like this video, so that way it helps the algorithmic juices and everybody gets to see it. And then remember to hit the like button. No, you hit the like button. You hit the subscribe button. That's what I need you to do. Because that just lets me know, hey, I'm finding new people and people appreciate what I'm doing. And then when you hit that notification bell, it lets you know every single time I have a video up. So let's go take a look at some things that I want to show you first, and then we'll hop into the deck and see how things go. Okay, I want to take a second to show everybody the stuff that was actually in the store today. First off, let me go to the deals, because this is the first time in a while. There's actually a scavenging ooze behind my head here, but I obviously already have that. But yeah, this is actually the first time in a while that I looked across and so I'm like, these are all pretty interesting cards. I actually like this whole selection. 1,500 gold isn't necessarily bad, but you know, some people want to save their gold just for packs, but I get it. I'm not really saying this is stuff you need to buy. Just thought it was cool that they put that many good cards in there at one time, and they're all stuff that people may consider actually getting. But what I did want to show people is one of the things that happened with this update is you can get a Lotus pet, I guess, is what we call anything that sits in that slot, and these cool Lotus sleeves. Like, that's a deal, and they have them for just gold, which is very cool, so you don't actually have to spend cash to get those. But a more interesting thing were these Euro lands. Now, personally, I was hoping they'd have the APAC lands as the first ones we get, because I actually kind of like the Australian plains where it has like the wallaby sitting out there. Oh, sorry, I keep banging my mic arm here. But that's one of my favorites. But this is pretty cool, so if you want to check these out, you can kind of go in here, look at all the pictures of each of the lands, and kind of see what it's all about to decide if you want to buy one or not. This is actually one of my favorite sets, actually. I like this one. So I may actually end up buying that one, honestly, before the end of the night. But yeah, just something that if you didn't see them, these are up here. I think these are going to be in the featured area for a few days, so you have some time to go pick those up. But just figured I'd show that off to everybody. For now, though, we're going to hop over and take a look at this deck. So yeah, everybody really enjoyed the deck we had yesterday, and that was awesome, so glad everybody liked it. We're just trying some different stuff. We're going to come back to some decks we've already played before this season, because there's a lot of updates that have kind of happened since the format's changed, so you're going to start seeing that over the next few days. Also, quick announcement, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on Friday here on YouTube. So later today from when you're watching this, and then I'm also going to be doing one the following Sunday. So 2 days from now, I'll be doing one on Twitch as well. So feel free to follow me on social media or hop over to Twitch and follow my account over there so you'll get notified whenever I go live. Okay, so giant killers right at the top. It's a human, it lets you kill things, so it kind of makes sense that it fits. Selfless Savior, obviously not a human, but it does protect your creatures, and there are some board sweepers and spot removal being played right now, so not a bad call. Malika Rebirth, this does allow us to just save a creature if we need to. Luminarch Aspirant, you've seen it in my other list, you know how good it is. Same thing with the Seasoned Hollowblade. Kitesail Freebooter, this is one I'm always on the fence on, because I feel like a lot of times I take the card and it kind of is just sitting there till my opponent's ready to get it back. But there is sometimes now where maybe you could take a card that would otherwise be a land and really slow your opponent down. So that's something to consider. Dire Tactics, when you have so many humans, this just has almost no downside if you have a black and a white mana. Maul the Skyclaves, super big fan. Skyclave Apparition, I think we're all going to get tired of seeing this card over the next 2 years. Card is very good. General Kudrow, which pumps all of your humans, so no surprise there. Hagra Mauling, just as another removal card, but possibly another land. Rankle, just to help clean up things and finish. Some Agadeem's Awakening, which is very good in this deck as well, though you do tend to have to get to like 7 mana, so you can get a 2, a 3, and a 4 to really make it worthwhile. But, you know, just getting a 1 or 2 or 3 could also be fine. And then Swamps, pathways, 2 Temple of Silence. Not sure why it likes to split those up, but that is it. So this is what we're going to take in. Let's go hop into the arena and see how it does. It's amusing. Our opponent's name is Wizard, like they couldn't spell wizard. I don't know what's going on there. But cool. Let's... Actually, it's one of those things where they probably tried to spell wizard and wizard was already taken, I bet. I know that's weird, but that's how I think sometimes. I bet you that's what happened. This update is very slow for me. I don't know how I feel about this. Things have not been working efficiently here, but we'll try to make do. All right, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the freebooter. See what the opponent's hand looks like here. They do have plenty of land. We can only take a Primal Might, take Turn Timber. They could play the Stone Coil next turn, but we can pump it. All right, we'll take a Primal Might. Because that's our hope here, that they go ahead and play the Stone Coil for 2, which would make sense because it blocks a freebooter. And then we can go ahead and make the freebooter a 2/3. And then start attacking. Nope, they're not even going to do that. They're just going to play Guilty Goose. I guess that makes sense, because if we don't have an Aspirant, that's effectively the same blocker. So from their side, I don't really hate that play. That makes sense. Though now we're kind of stuck in the situation where we're trying to protect the freebooter just so they can't get back a Primal Might. Because then there's a good chance we lose 2 creatures, right? They Primal Might something, get back their Primal Might, then they Primal Might our next thing, which is kind of gross. Oh, what do we want to do here? I guess we just... I feel like still the Yorvo is correct, and then we just give them a 3/3 back if they kill this. And then I can pump this, and then I can... Basically, I'm spreading my counters around, so this feels a little bit better. And then we have these dire tactics back here. So we're guaranteed to get some damage through next turn. Fortunately, there's nothing in the graveyard yet. The opponent's being very cagey about that Stone Coil Serpent, and that bothers me. I don't know why they're doing that. Yeah, we'll leave that up there. Alright, well, let's exile the Scavenging Ooze. Okay, next up. I mean, I guess the freebooter's the most important. I mean, really, I don't know, freebooter or aspirant, both are kind of important here, but freebooter is also good, because if we keep the freebooter, then eventually the opponent just can't block it, right? Even if they load up the ground. All right, so at some point, they're going to try to play this Stone Coil Serpent, and then we're just going to get rid of it, and with a Rankle, I think that's going to be game. At least I would assume so. Maybe I'm assuming incorrectly. I was like, what's about to happen here? All right. Stone Coil. Though I guess... Oh, we can't target it with that. Forgot. It's protection from multicolor. It doesn't really matter, though. We have Rankles, so it's all just the same, really. We can pump something. Block that, take 3/6. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Alright. Good start. Okay, it looks like we'll keep this. Not exciting, but it gets work done. So, you know, we'll do what we can do. Alright, Giant Killer. Definitely need a land here, though. We need to be able to play more than one card on these upcoming turns, or we're going to be in a lot of hurt. Well, that's a nice card, but I don't think it's going to solve our problems. Actually, that's a mistake. I should just put the counter on the Aspirant. The Giant Killer could have got in anyway and been protected from the Innkeeper. And not having a counter on the Aspirant's a liability now for Heartless Act. Oh, just decided to Murderous Ride that. Interesting. It's not something I would have necessarily predicted. Well, this is tough, because now I don't know if I want to Dire Tactics. You know what? No, I do. I still want to Dire Tactics this. Then we can make the Aspirant a 2/2. Alright. Then if we get a land, a black land, we could Rankle, or maybe even like double Freebooter and just kind of see what road that leads us down. If they just take the turn to play the Murderous Rider, we wouldn't really care too much. Alright, well, now we want untapped black land just so we can get rid of this questing beast. That is not those things, let me tell you. Oh. Wasn't that something? Oh, gosh. I mean, we could leave them with extinction events, and then they could only get rid of everything that would include their stuff. Yeah, I guess we do. Don't love it. Alright. We'll take our damage. No blocks. I mean, being at 12 isn't totally threatening right now, since the opponent doesn't really have a whole lot going on. I mean, they may be thinking about Extinction Event anyway. I don't know. That would have been the most unrealistic thing. Unfortunately, that does put a damper on our Rankle plans. Oh, that sucks. I don't have anything in the yard. Man, and knowing they have extinction events, everything's just gonna get exiled, so it's not even really beneficial to us. What do we do now? So if we... Oh, I guess I should have attacked for 1. That's a mistake. I mean, we can take the extinction event. It doesn't really do anything, though. Oh, they got another Heartless Act. Alright, this at least gives us a chance to get something out of their hand with the Rankle here. But I think it's just going to force them to cast the extinction event, and then they're going to have 2 Heartless Acts available, which is not the greatest thing. So we block. Trade. They extinction event, leaving Foulmire Knights and Selfless Savior. Alright, I'll block. At least Selfless Savior can sort of protect Rankle, so that's a thing. Hopefully find another 1-mana creature here. Of course, it's just going to be a land, right? Oh, actually, that's not bad. Believe it or not, that is not bad. Though they can play this and then use one of these Heartless Acts. So that's not awesome. We can attack, make them discard. They probably keep both Heartless Acts. We make them use one. Alright, I think that's all we can do. I mean, we just got to make the most of the situation. I don't even think we can make them discard because we want to hold on to the Skyclave Apparition, so I think this is all we're going to do. That's not bad either. Not bad. But this at least sort of forces their turn, right? Because they're either going to Heartless Act, or they're going to Extinction Event to get rid of Rankle. Either way, we're fine with it. It's not the sexiest looking play, mind you, but it's reasonable. Yep, that's what I was going to say. That's the only way you have to do it. You got to Heartless Act both sides. Okay. And now you Heartless Act again. Works for me. So that turn wasn't bad. We got them to spend their cards on things that we don't value nearly as highly. Oh, that's a problem. Guess it's good we held on to the Skyclave. Oh, well, that's pretty nice. That changes things. Wow. There's going to be all odd mana things too, except for this, with the Extinction Event in hand. So this is all very peculiar. What are the odds we could get another land next turn? Alright, let's do this. And we'll just pass. Really, an untapped land is what we're looking for. Though it's just going to result in the opponent Extinction Eventing, getting rid of our whole board. And then we just have a giant killer after the fact. Pretty sure that's what's going to happen here. Oh no, they're just going to Extinction Event first. Interesting. Okay. Not the strategy I saw coming, mind you, but we'll roll with it. Yep. Yep. Get rid of the Lovestruck Beast. We'll play this. I mean, I guess we'll remove a Murderous Rider. I mean, they can get a 3/3 back, but not a lot we can do about it. They want to get their Murderous Rider. They want their 3/3. Well, they obviously got some type of removal because they're sizing up our creatures here. Alright. More efficient use of mana. I can respect that. Well, let's do it, deck. removal card for this Scavenging Ooze. Because this is a race we cannot win currently. Alright. Alright, we're going to take a big 8 power attack here. Oh yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, GG's. We're going to go for it. And you know what? I'm not even going to hold this giant killer. We're just going to get in there. Hope we draw a third land. I think our plan's going to be giant killer, giant killer, Hollow Blade. And then maybe hope to draw a land for them all, the Skyclaves. If not, then we'll play Aspirant and see what happens. Alright. Hollow Blade down. 2 turns, plan still intact. Though that's not very far down the line. Interesting, our opponent's name is Thar, like a country version of Thor. It was that damn Thar and Iron Man. Yeah, that's sort of what that feels like. I don't feel bad saying that. I'm totally country myself. Okay, so what do we do here? We don't attack with the giant killer. Because that probably just gets us in trouble with a... Can we? Alright, let's do this first. See what the opponent thinks. Because I don't know if this is Dimir control or if it's rogues yet. If it's rogues, this isn't bad because we can still pump the giant killer and then they can flash whatever and it doesn't matter. Sure. Essence Scatter. So I'm going to assume this is more of a control build then. Alright, we did miss our land, but I guess having the Aspirant countered isn't the worst thing. And we did diversify our creature costs. So I'm gonna put this in tapped. Let's go to attack first. See what the opponent wants to do. So you want a Heartless Act? I'm going to assume this isn't great in this fight. If it is, I'll just look silly. That's fine. Alright, so opponent's at 11. Alright, we'll do this. If they have an extinction event, so be it. We'll lose our Hollow Blades and then just try to get by with Kudrow and Maul. Ooh, it is not an extinction event. That is good for us. That is very good for us. This has to get countered, right? Yeah, no surprise. Alright, so we're getting in 3, 6, 7. Opponent's at 4. We can practically guarantee 3 next turn. But is 3 all we can guarantee? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't hate this hand. We'll keep it. We have enough 1-mana things. I think I'm just going to go Giant Killer. Then we'll just go Selfless Savior, put the Malakir Rebirth into play most likely, and then we'll just go from there. We'll be getting opponents with the fun names like Rice Heist. I like that one too. That's a good one. Okay, so this is kind of interesting here, right? If we want to play the Aspirant, we leave the Aspirant kind of at risk for a turn to just be able to play the Selfless Savior next turn. So what I think we'd rather do here is just go ahead and put the Malakir Rebirth into play tapped. because we'd probably rather just have 3 mana anyway, or access to 3. Play the Selfless Savior, and then we get a little bit of protection for the Aspirant next turn, if that's what we want to do. Alright, get in there for 1. So not the fast start. I was kind of hoping this hand might develop into a little something here. Alright, there's a Cobra. Now we're just hoping for a card to kill a Cobra. That is not a card to kill a Cobra. So now this is a little bit of a dilemma. Do we try to... Yeah, I guess we just have to do this. And just look for the scariest or most reasonable thing they can play next turn. Oh, wow. Alright. That's a thing. Well, they can play another Cobra, I guess. Well, either way, Selfless Savior dies here if they block, so whatever. Alright, so they chose not to block. Fair. Well, now it's like, do we just play this other giant killer? But, no, we really can't. I mean, we can, but we can't. Like, there's no need to. Alright, they are able to get mana, so I guess it's a good thing we held on to it. Though here's the good news. If they don't draw a land next turn, they are going to be a little bit stuck. So they drew the exact card they needed to be able to cast stuff here, in all reality. Alright, so they have a Questing Beast. We're not blocking. No surprise. That is not a bad card to have here either. Wish one of these would have been a black mana. Well, I guess this technically... Well, no, that wasn't either. We didn't have an option for another black mana this game. Alright, so we're kind of in a weird spot because we can tap a Questing Beast or just kill one. We're just going to wait. Let them go to the attack step, declare their attackers, and then we can kill a Questing Beast. Oh, I can't block that, actually. I mean, I guess we block a Cobra, because that's going to happen at some point here. I'm just trying to figure out, do we just block, kill both Cobras? But I think keeping this alive is probably smarter. Because then we can block something with it next turn. We could tap something down if necessary. Ah, this is just so inconvenient for doing what we want to do. And we are not in a position to win this race currently. Alright, so let's attack. In the turn, if the opponent gets a land, then we'll just have to block and give up probably the Aspirant. Alright, there's their land. Fair enough. So there will be at least a Questing Beast, and we know we're going to have one to deal with next turn. So really, we just desperately need a white mana here is what we need. So we'll take 6 and go to 5. I think that's correct. Oh no, I meant to save my creature. Oh well. That was dumb. Can get a Selfless Savior back. That doesn't help us with the Questing Beast. Yeah, now I'm in trouble. I meant to discard a card there. Yeah, don't think this does us any good. I'm going to attack for 1. Put this in tapped, unfortunately. Alright, we will exile this one. Yep, we're dead. Fortunately, never drew white mana. Okay. Alright, let's keep it. This is probably wrong, but let's keep it. We're playing against a mill deck? Nope, against rogues. This is definitely a wrong choice. Man, we actually need a black mana if we're gonna get one. Plus, well, you know what? I should have kept that on top. Because if they're gonna attack, we'd have milled it over the top. That's unfortunate. Probably should have done that. That's a mistake too. Oh, what is this? Ghostly Pilfer. I mean, it is a rogue. You can discard to make it unblockable. Whenever it's untapped, you can pay 2 to draw a card. Discard a card and it can't be blocked. Alright, let's do this. Ooh, well, we can't get a Thought Thief, unfortunately, so I guess we'll just take this. It is a land, though. Relevant to our interest. Alright, Thought Thief it is. Get in with that Pilferer. I ain't even trying to block it. What is that? 4 cards in our yard? 3 cards in our yard. No blocks. I wonder if we can get a 1-drop here. We can set them up so when they attack, they might want to discard a card. And then we can cost them a card. No such luck. Oh well. Had a chance to be neat. Alright, let's pass. Man, it's a good thing we have double dire tactics, because that gargoyle might end up being bad for us here. This is a very interesting version of rogues, I have to admit. So here's our plan, I think, at this step. I think we're going to try to just play defense for a second. See if we can get the opponent's creatures removed. So next turn, we're going to try to dire tactics, both of the Thought Thieves, right? We have 7 cards in the yard, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we block this. Think that works. And that keeps us at 7 cards. And we've effectively locked down one of their lands, which is kind of nice. So then, as long as I remember to play the swamp, we should be able to, during their, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put a stop during their upkeep, so we can kill double Thought Thief. Well, the problem is then they could just play Gargoyle, and then we can't attack past the Gargoyle. That's a little bit of a pain, too. It's not ideal. Well, let's see what we draw. It's possible maybe we draw like a Maul of the Skyclaves and that changes things up a little bit. I don't know. Especially if we end up with First Strike on the Hollow Blade. So, we'll see. The opponent's taking a very long time here to decide what to do with the cards in their hand. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this is a frustration rope. Maybe they just have things going on. Maybe they have a delivery person at the door. All right. They are passing. We have nothing productive to do. All right. So what is our play here? I mean, we could leave them with the gargoyle. They could attack us, but then they can't. Oh, they can't block, though, because they wouldn't have 4 more cards in hand. So actually, we don't care about that then. Yeah. All right, cool. That all makes perfect sense. I mean, if they want to block, great. Doubt they will. All right, so 3 damage gets in. So now it's just deciding, do we want to kill both these Thought Thieves now? Or do we want to do it next turn? I think I want to just get them both now. And just eliminate 2 of their best cards. And then we don't even have to worry about it. And I could have done that, attacked with both, I know, but I kind of made a decision after the fact. All right. So yeah, so if they play the gargoyle, we don't care. Until they have 4 cards, they can't block. And they didn't want to discard that last card, which is very interesting. I'm not sure what the opponent's waiting on here. I mean, they can go fetch. But their land's going to come into play tapped. So we should be good here because we attack. Do we even sacrifice a thing here? Because then they get a chance to get a Wind Robber back. We don't even want that to happen, right? But do we want the opponent to draw either? So maybe we just don't do anything with Rankle. That's weird. That doesn't seem right. Truthfully, I might just freeboot it up. Just sack the freebooter, let them have the Awakening. I think that's okay. At least it feels like it's okay. Maybe I'm just delusional. That's nice too. Don't hate that. All right. I mean, if they just get a Wind Robber back, we don't care. They can get Wind Robber and no, because they only have 4. So yeah, we don't care. We're in. We're in for business. Let's do it. If the Awakening comes back to bite us in the rear, so be it. Worst case scenario, we're going to play this next turn, and it removes 1 creature from the yard, so we can get rid of, like, the Gargoyle or something. I mean, the Gargoyle can't block. Alright, so damage gets in. That's 7. So now the question becomes, like, we definitely want each player to discard. That's going to happen no matter what. Lose and draw a card? Maybe. Sacrifice. Man, this is tough. Yeah. I'm into it. Let's do it. I mean, giving him a 4th land does have a risk. I'm totally acknowledging that, and it may be the wrong call. But I also feel like we have them on the ropes at this point. We're going to get to remove one of the creatures from their graveyard. We're going to get to pump one of our creatures. So I'm okay with this. I mean, if they get a kill card for Rankle, fine. Like, Rankle doesn't necessarily have to be our route to victory. Alright, we're at 8. Oh, gosh. I was hoping that would help us out, though. Get rid of that Nighthawk. Oh boy, how can we lose here? We're at 8. Okay, this does become a little bit of a thing, because opponent could get 2 creatures back next turn if the card they draw is a land, because I'm assuming they're going to keep the Agadeem's Awakening. And those do fly. So we're definitely going to both discard, though. I think I'm willing to take that risk. We put the opponent at 1. Not sure what that does versus putting them at 2. So giving them another card, I don't know if that helps our scenario. Though we have to make us each sacrifice a thing, or we do potentially lose. If they're the card they keep is like a flash creature, and then, you know, there is a combination of things that could be bad, especially if we go to 7. So, yeah, let's do all of it. I think, believe it or not, I'm going to get rid of Kudrow here. Well, sacrifice is the last thing, so we do get to see our card first. That could change our opinion. This is a tough choice for the opponent. The fact that they're struggling says a lot. Okay. Well, I'm going to sacrifice Kudrow. I'm going to just keep the creatures that are easier to keep alive. Soaring Thought Thief, sure. They can get a creature back here. If that's a land, they can get 2 back, and then it is a little bit of a problem, because they do get the Vantress Gargoyle and something. But it looks like they don't have that, so they may just be looking to get a thing back. Yep, that's going to do it. Whew, okay, everyone. I want to say one quick time to remind everybody that if you do have any content creators who support on YouTube, please give them some extra support right now. Again, if y'all want to know the details on what I've been talking about, feel free to hop into my Discord and ask. But there are some things going on behind the scenes right now that are causing people some financial issues with YouTube. So anything you can do to support your favorite content creators, whether that's just buy some merchandise, buy something from one of their affiliates, donate something to their Patreon, whatever it is for this month, that would do a lot to help some of them out. But as far as the deck goes, I think the deck's fun. I think if you have the cards, go ahead and build it. For my personal taste, I think I like the clerics a little bit more, just because of the flexibility, the versatility, the resilience of them a little bit, you know, being able to gain some life and whatnot. I think that gives you a few different angles. But I didn't hate this deck, honestly. I thought it played pretty well. I wish I would have drawn the Maul of the Skyclaves so I could give it more of a test in this setup and in this run of games. But outside of that, I thought all the other cards played their part well, did what they were supposed to. I think it plays good as a best of 1 or a best of 3 deck, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I think the deck's totally fine. Is it one I'm going to come back to and play a lot? Maybe not, but again, it's just because I think I have another deck in the Clerics deck that's similar, but still lets me do some different things. However, if you do like things like Rankle, you know, that's a great card to get to play with. If you like playing General Kudrow, that's a real answer right now when you're worried about things like Kroxa and whatnot existing. So it does have some benefits to be played over the Clerics. I think it's sometimes just about what decks you think you're going to be running into the most, and then go ahead and play the proper cards or the right deck to deal with those answers that you need. So yeah, I think it's fine, good. If you have the cards for it, feel free to build it. It actually has some benefits against some of the other decks in the format right now. And let's also be honest that when you can just exile a creature as your removal card, that's pretty damn good right now too. But as usual, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and also remember that anytime you want to get the deck list, or you want to join my Discord or follow me on Twitch or listen to my podcast, all those links are down below in the description. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.